Welcome to Armco and O-Line South Africa. As safety, health and environment are all critical aspects of our business, all visitors, employees and contractors must comply with the site rules and regulations that are featured in this video. Please remember, everyone is responsible and accountable for their own safety as well as that of others. General safety rules and regulations. When entering our site, please make sure you have filled in the register or visitor's permit at the security office. Random body and vehicle searches will be done when entering and leaving the premises. All personal items such as laptops, tools, etc. should be declared at security upon entering. Induction training is required for anyone entering the site. Please pay attention during the induction process, as you may be the one who needs assistance after an incident or during an emergency. All safety signage must be adhered to. No firearms are allowed on site and must be handed in at the security office to be locked in a special firearm safe. No person may enter the site if they are under the influence of or in possession of any intoxicating substance. Please be aware that the taking of photographs without prior authorization is prohibited. No person is permitted to sell any items on site for personal gain. The lighting of fires on the premises is not allowed without permission and then only under designated supervision. Personal protective equipment is given to all employees. All required protective equipment must be worn and maintained in a good state of repair. Familiarize yourself with the minimum required PPE for a visitor at your particular site. Certain PPE items are available from the O-Line Safety Department or Armco reception. Contractors must supply their own PPE. It is mandatory to wear all appropriate PPE at all times to protect you against the dangers and hazards on the site. Scarves, loose clothing, loose hair or loose jewelry will not be worn in the product manufacturing or storage facilities. The no smoking policy inside buildings and doorways must be complied with, and only designated smoking areas should be used. Fire extinguishers and hydrants are situated at strategic points. They are indicated by the fire extinguisher signage on the walls and demarcated walkways. Firefighting equipment should only be used for the fighting of fires. Obstruction of firefighting equipment, first aid equipment, electrical distribution panels and emergency exits is prohibited and should be kept clear at all times in case of emergencies. Walk only along the designated walkways. Familiarize yourself with the different demarcated areas. No person is permitted to run or horseplay around while on the premises. Be aware of forklifts, cranes, trucks, and any other moving machinery. Only legally appointed drivers with valid forklift or crane licenses are permitted to operate the equipment. All appointed drivers shall wear yellow reflective vests and display licenses for ease of visibility. Cell phones are not to be used while operating mobile equipment. Operators of forklifts, cherry pickers and trucks must drive slowly, hoot at blind corners and stay within the site speed limit of 10 km per hour. No employees are allowed to stay on site or sleep in offices' control rooms or storage areas. The unauthorized removal of or damage to company property will not be tolerated. These offences will lead to disciplinary action. The SAPS will be notified if it occurs and further investigation will follow. Drinking or eating in the plant is not allowed. Please use the designated areas. Compressed air or oxygen shall not be used for blowing down of clothing or the body. When ascending or descending stairways, always make use of the handrail. Overhead cranes are used in the factory areas. Stay clear of moving cranes and suspended loads. When lifting material, use good ergonomic practices. Lift with the legs and not with your back. All accidents, damage to machinery, plant or equipment must be immediately reported to your manager or supervisor. Never operate any equipment or machinery that is damaged and may thus pose a risk. Machine and equipment safety guards must always be in place to avoid accidents or injury to the user. Under no circumstances are you allowed to work on any running or moving machinery unless it has been made safe by using the lockout, lock and tag. Do not use a machine if you haven't been trained to use it. Hand tools should be used only for the purpose for which they are designed and should be inspected regularly for defects. Tools must be in good condition before being put to use. Never leave tools on top of any equipment or machinery. Contractors must have a list of all tools and equipment being brought onto site. The tools and equipment must be inspected by the supervisor or manager before any work commences on site. Procedures. In the event of an emergency, report to your manager, supervisor, or health and safety representative. Remain calm and exit at the nearest available exit and report to the emergency evacuation assembly point nearest to you. Ensure that you report to the person or persons taking the roll call. Permits are issued for the following jobs by the maintenance manager on site prior to the commencement of any work on site: hot work, heights and roofs, electrical work, and scaffolding. A hot work permit must be obtained from a person authorized to issue one prior to commencement of any hot work. Now, hot work is welding, grinding, cutting, drilling, or indeed any work that involves a possible source of ignition in an area where flammable or explosive materials may be present. Use PPE, that is, welding helmet, safety glasses, and gloves. Any work 2 meters or so above the ground is deemed to be working at heights and will require a permit to work obtainable from a person authorized to issue one. PPE required for such work includes safety harnesses and lifelines, which are to be provided by the contractor. If a ladder is to be used, please check all the rungs for safety and stability. Never join ladders together. Training records certifying a person to work at heights are to be given to the maintenance manager. Please ensure that the base is secured by another person at all times. All accidents or incidents are to be reported to your supervisor, manager, or safety officer. All examples of safe and unsafe behavior, as well as unsafe conditions, must be reported to the SHE department. Environment. Save our natural resources. Use them sparingly. Switch off lights and equipment when they're not in use. Close taps to prevent wastage. Report any leaking taps to the maintenance department. Prevent air pollution. Don't leave vehicles idling without good reason. Do not contaminate our stormwater streams or soil by disposing of hazardous or toxic materials into them. All hazardous substances used on the premises have been identified, and material safety data sheets, also referred to as MSDSs, are available in your respective departments. Good manufacturing practices and housekeeping standards must be maintained at all times. Please keep the site clean and do not litter inside or around the plant. Remember, good housekeeping is everything in its place, always. Please keep ablutions and change rooms clean and tidy at all times. All hazardous waste such as heavy steel and sawdust and oils are to be disposed of in the demarcated bin or skip. These items will be sent to a licensed waste disposal site. Spillages should be cleaned up immediately by the responsible party and reported to the SHE manager. Please take care to prevent spillages from entering stormwater drains, as this will contaminate our rivers. Closure. If you are unsure of something or regard it as unsafe, stop, think, ask someone, then only act or proceed. Thank you for watching the Armco and O-line induction video. Please have an incident-free day.